Am I the asshole for telling my girlfriend she needs to buy her own airplane ticket? I booked a 2-week vacation to Europe about 7 months ago, including flights and lodging. My new girlfriend of 5 months said she wants to come with me. I told her I would love that, but she'd have to pay for her own flight. I told her I could include her in my hotel accommodations and would pay for food, tours, attractions, etc. She said she cannot afford the flight, which costs about $700 since she is booking last minute. She asked me if I could buy her plane ticket, and I told her I did not budget for another plane ticket and that I thought it was already fair for me to pay for other things on the trip for us. She said she really wanted to spend this vacation with me and said this could be her early anniversary, birthday gift to her, and I would not need to buy her a gift. I told her another plane ticket was not in my budget. She said I make more money than her and I should be able to afford it, I just don't want to take her. I told her I would love for her to come, but I cannot buy her plane ticket because I did not budget for it and I have other financial obligations. I told her she either needs to pay for her own ticket or I'll see her when I come back home. She told me to forget about it because I am acting selfish when we are supposed to be a partnership, and said, hopefully I will still be here when you get back. Not the asshole. Who's spending $700 on a anniversary gift or birthday? This is nutty. Not the asshole. Your girlfriend is not entitled to that type of spending, but clearly she thinks she is. Enjoy your vacation. While there, be sure to notice how much more relaxed you are away from this woman. Not the asshole. You simply didn't budget for it and you are being fair to offer to pay for other things. Safe travels and enjoy. Not the asshole. It's been 5 months. You're still in the honeymoon phase of getting to know each other, and you just learned 2 very important pieces of information about her. She believes she is entitled to your money and she has no problem pulling the emotional blackmail crap when she doesn't get her way. Pull the plug on the relationship now before you get used to her behavior. It isn't going to get better. Am I the asshole for asking my roommate to keep her cat in her bedroom? I, 24F. Live with my girlfriend, 25F, and a roommate, 23F. We share a 2-bedroom apartment and have lived together for 2 years now. Up until now, we have gotten along pretty well. My roommate has an elderly cat. The cat is honestly kinda mean. She doesn't like me or my girlfriend and will run away if we try to pet her or pick her up. So we just avoid each other. My roommate asked if we had cats prior to moving in because she said her cat doesn't like other cats. We did not have any pets at the time, so it worked out. We did tell her that we might want one someday, to which she said we would have to revisit the issue if it came up. Well, my girlfriend and I have gotten to a place where we really want a pet of our own. We saw a kitten at the shelter and just fell in love with him. We got the okay from our landlord and brought him home last week. His name is Banana Pudding. Our roommate is furious with us. She told us that we were aware that her cat doesn't like other cats. I told her honestly that it's unfair for us to have to tiptoe around her cat and that we were allowed to have our own pets as long as the landlord is okay with it, which he is. She couldn't expect us to never get a pet or to cater to her cat's needs 24/7. The conversation ended there. Unfortunately, things have escalated because her cat hisses and swats at Banana Pudding just for existing. She is honestly pretty aggressive, which is a big issue. Our kitten is very friendly and sweet and causes no problems. We asked our roommate that she keep her cat in her bedroom since she's elderly and aggressive. She refused and hasn't been speaking to us. She says we are huge ahs and even got some mutual friends to take her side. I personally think that if her cat is so aggressive and uncomfortable, it's her responsibility to live alone. It's gotten so bad that my girlfriend is crying and considering taking the kitten back to the shelter. So here I am to get an outside perspective because I DK what to think now. Am I the asshole? Edit. So I am definitely the ah. The comments have really helped me to understand that my roommate's cat is just acting, well, like a cat. I am willing to admit I was ignorant and impulsive. I have never had a pet before and should have done more research before jumping into pet ownership. I plan to sincerely apologize to my roommate. She is willing to talk once she gets home from work. I am going to see if she's willing to try a proper introduction for both kitties, and Banana Pudding will be staying in our room for the duration while her kitty will be able to roam. I am hopeful that things will work out, and I want to thank everyone for being blunt and educating me. I was impulsive and inconsiderate, but my roommate is a great person and I think she will forgive us and be willing to try to make it work. Edit number 2. Roommate and I have talked. I apologized to her for being selfish, ignorant, and for putting her cat in an uncomfortable situation. She forgave me and said she'd be happy to help do a proper introduction between the kitties. She said that if we do things slowly and carefully, her cat might be able to accept banana pudding. For now, our kitten will be staying in our room for the introduction process. She also taught me a little bit about cat body language and guys. Her cat came and sat in my lap. She even purred. My roommate is a very kind and forgiving person, and I'm very thankful that she chose to forgive me after I was such a huge asshole to her. She played with banana pudding and gave me some cat food recommendations. I think things are gonna work out. Thanks everyone for your advice and criticism. You are the asshole. The older cat was there first and your roommate warned you that he did not like other cats. Instead of having any kind of conversation, you just brought home a kitten and now expect an elderly cat to be confined to one room for the rest of his life. You are most indeed the assholes here. That cat deserves to live out his life in peace, and if you want to keep your kitten, you better go find somewhere else to live. Your roommate has every right to be angry and you are out of line. You are the asshole. You should have at least brought up the fact you were getting a kitten sometime soon, and not just show up with it. Also, your cat is new. Why does the old cat have to stay inside the room? You are the asshole for doing this without discussing with your roommate. Please watch Jackson Galaxy on how to properly introduce cats. It's never too late to start the process, and it takes time and effort, but it really works. Am I the asshole for telling my half-sister to stop thinking of us as sisters? I, 15 female, technically have a half-sister Jane. 16 years ago, my mom had an affair with Jane's dad and I'm the result of that. However, I have been raised by my mom's husband and he has always considered me his daughter and I will always consider him my dad. Jane's parents were engaged and didn't get married because of the affair, and her mom moved to another city before she was even born. So, when my parents told me the truth, I did learn about Jane as well, but I don't really care. Jane moved in with her dad over winter break and got registered at my school. She's in grade 9, I'm in grade 10. Since she learned who I am, she just won't leave me alone. She's kept asking me to come over, telling me how our dad won't stop talking about me, how we can do all the stuff sisters do and so much other crap. I've let her down gently each time. Yesterday her dad sent her cousin to pick her up for a dentist appointment and he sent him in a Porsche. She asked me to come with her because it'll be nice having my sister there with me. I don't want people knowing she's my sister. So, I got really mad and told her to screw off and stop thinking of us as that. Of course, she cried and now I'm suspended and writing this from home. Was I an asshole to her? Nah. You're both young and in a very complicated situation. I can totally understand why you wouldn't feel the need to know someone that you don't feel any connection to. It's different than growing up in a house with a sibling. On the other hand, I don't blame Jane for wanting a relationship with you. The poor girl's mom was cheated on by your shared biological father. I can understand why she would try to see the little bit of positive that at least she gets a sister out of it. Have you talked to your mom and dad about it? I definitely don't think you have to have a relationship with anyone you don't want to. But maybe they can help you find a kinder way to explain it to Jane and close the book on that issue. You are the asshole. Holy shit, your comments are awful. Don't worry, she won't want a relationship with you soon. Your behavior is gross. Am I the asshole for refusing to help my friend take care of her baby after she kicked her boyfriend out? I, 19 female, recently got a call from my friend, Jess, 23 female, begging me to run to the shop for some baby formula and other food essentials because she was so tired. I agreed. I got her some stuff and dropped it off and offered to nurse the baby so she could have a shower and cook some pasta. She was super happy and took up my offer. This was at 4:15 and her boyfriend usually gets back from work at 5:30. Jess has her shower and food, and when it hits 5 p.m., I ask if she's going to be okay for half an hour until her boyfriend gets home. She tells me she kicked him out because he went to visit his mother whilst he had the baby and he hadn't asked her first. I should be clear that I don't have kids and never intend to, and so I cannot pretend to know what goes through a new parent's head, but I found that whole thing so ridiculous. I said that's so stupid of her because he clearly loves her and baby and he didn't do it to be a dick. Jess got mad and said I don't get it. We sat in silence for a few moments before she asked me if I could help her the next day with the baby. I said no. She got really upset and asked why. I told her she needs to beg her boyfriend to come back since the baby is both their responsibility, and whilst I'll help out every now and then, I'm not going to become a substitute parent when the baby clearly has two loving ones. She told me to leave but then texted me a few times later that day asking what days I was free the next week so she could get work done. I told her I love her, but she needs to get her act together and sort it out with her boyfriend. She then went to the group chat and began asking our other friends for help and, accidentally, mentioned what I had said to her. Everyone thinks I'm a huge asshole and I can't help but wonder if I am. I want to be clear. Jess' only qualms are that he went to visit his parents when he had the baby and that he didn't ask her for permission first because she was dead asleep. She admitted he's a great father who works hard to provide for the family. He's not a disinterested bum or knout. Am I the asshole? I'm with you here. She's majorly overreacted to something reasonable her boyfriend did, and then trying to co-opt her friends into childcare. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. She sounds like a control freak, and the father has the same rights as a parent as the mother. She chose to be an awe. Let her suffer the consequences of her actions until she comes to her senses. Not the asshole. Even if the reasons for her kicking her boyfriend out had been excellent, you'd still be under no obligation to help her. You're helping her out as voluntary. Whatever mutual friend feels very strongly that you're obligated to help, the same logic applies to them. They should step up to the plate and help. Maybe among all of you, you could develop a schedule for helping your friend. But it shouldn't fall on you. Her relationship with her boyfriend should be a completely separate thing.